It gives me great pleasure to introduce the one and only Larysa Switlyk. Larysa, all the way over from America, has been involved in angling for many years, and we met up with Larysa probably about 3 years ago now, and life has certainly been different since then. But Larysa, you're very welcome to the Czech Republic, you're very welcome to the World Carp Classic Junior event, and of course here today.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm blessed to even be able to be the captain. You know, it's kind of cool to be the only female captain and be able to bring a team over from the USA and have the kids fish. It's different for me right now because it's hard. I actually had to train myself not to go run for a rod because you know how quick, if us Americans, we hear that alarm, we run for it. So we did some pre-fishing for 2-3 days, and I literally was training myself not to help, which is really difficult for me because it's in my passion, it's in my blood to want to fish. So, but I'm really happy to watch them catch, you know, their first Czech carp, and they've been enjoying it. They've been loving it.
So their experience and your experience of the Czech Republic, what has that been so far?
It's different. I told them, you know, you got to come over a few days early because carp fishing in the USA is way different than it is in Europe, let's say. Different methods, different tactics, and I wanted them to learn the European tactics of how to catch these carp because back home we use a lot of maize and a lot of tiger nut, and they've never even used boilies before. So I told them, come a few days early. We were lucky enough to be able to go fish a private lake for 2-3 days, and they caught a ton of carp, and they saw the difference too. They were using their European tactics and watched that the European tactics worked more, but they actually kind of did a mixture of American and Euro style, and they've been catching a lot. So they've been figuring it out, and I'm really proud of them.
So when at the opening ceremony, I mean, all part of that. So I mean, when you look at some of the history and the culture that there was in the buildings, I mean, how do they react to that, and how's that kind of gone down?
Like I said, it's way different over here. You guys go all out for your carp tournaments. In America, it's more of a social event, and we do have some carp tournaments, but they're not big like this. And I think they've just been blown away. It's fun to watch their faces, you know, especially during the parade, and I can see how much they're enjoying it. And I told them, I was like, be ready, because you're at a Ross Honey event. So he goes big, he goes above and beyond, and you definitely outdid yourself this time. I was even blown away, and the whole opening ceremony was very touching, and I really enjoyed it. And I know they're just shocked, and they're having so much fun talking back to their friends back home about how amazing it is. It's a great experience for them. I think they're hooked.
Well, that was one of the questions I wanted to kind of ask in terms of what is happening back home. I mean, in terms of them people following what's happening and the reaction that the guys are getting.
They've gotten a lot of support from back home. The reason why I picked them is I actually fished a tournament with them, and they beat me. And
right.
So I knew they were good. I'm like, okay, when you first called me, like, do you know any kids that can carp fish? And I honestly, it took me a while to think about it, and I was like, you know what? I do know these two brothers, and let me figure out how old they are. I think they will make it, and I know they love it. They have the passion for it. They're carp fishing any moment they have, you know, right after school. And I've always seen pictures, they go by themselves, it's born in them, and they have a love for carp fishing. So when I asked them, hey, you guys interested in a European tournament, they're just blown away. So it just came together so quickly, and they've had so much support back home, and everyone's really excited and been congratulating them just even to make it this far.
Well, look, that's exciting to kind of hear about how their reaction is and what they've been doing. But obviously, your interest and your passion with fishing goes a long way. I mean, it's not just the carp fishing side of things now. Of course, there's the predator fishing as well.
Yeah, I fish for everything. I got a passion for fishing in general, and I also really like to catch something I haven't caught before. And it was funny because last year when I went and competed at the World Predator Classic, I've never even caught a pike or a zander or a perch before. It was my first time, and we got about 3 days of pre-fishing in, and you saw how well we did. You know, we took our American tactics over here and you figured out these waters and figured out these fish, and you know, it just shows that we have the skill for it, and I am a good angler. despite being a girl, you know, it's a lot of people, everyone kept asking my partner, oh, so you caught all the fish for her? And he was like, no, actually, she caught more fish today than me. So, you know, it's a team effort, but it's fun to outfish the boys and show them that I mean business.
So if you've got a message for people back home in America in terms of actually fishing and participating in European events and events outside of America, what would that be?
Yeah, don't be afraid to. I know maybe our fishing styles might be different, but I think the best thing is what I do is you come a few days early and get some local knowledge. You know, that's been a help. You know, have someone that lives near the lake or that is, you know, that specific fishing and teach you their ways and tactics. Doesn't mean you have to follow it, but, you know, at least learn how they do it and then you apply it to what you know, because that's what worked for us in the World Predator Classic. You know, you saw how well we fished and we were top 5 finishing, and, you know, we're excited to get back out there this year, next month, because, you know, we got a few tricks up our sleeves. But yeah, I wouldn't be afraid at all, you know, and even the boys, they weren't, you know, they jumped right into it. They're like, all right, we might have never caught a European carp before, but once they caught their first, their confidence level went up, and that's all it takes.
Well, look, for the moment, Larysa, thank you very much for coming to the studio this morning, and looking forward to actually coming around to your fish and getting some fish weighed.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. No worries.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.